CBS News senior political editor Steve Chaggaris is with us now from our Washington bureau. Steve, let's talk about how this issue has been handled by candidates on the campaign trail. Several candidates weighed in on it over the weekend. I want to get your thoughts about Ted Cruz. He blamed the media for how it reported the event. Let's take a listen to what he said.
Well, I think there has been some vicious rhetoric on the left, blaming those who are pro-life. This murder that occurred in Colorado is tragic. It is a criminal act. We don't fully know the motivations of this deranged individual. We know that he was a man who registered to vote as a woman. You know, the media promptly wants to blame him on the pro-life movement when, at this point, there's very little evidence to indicate that.
It was reported he said no more baby wells as he was out there.
Well, it's also reported that he was registered as an independent and as a woman and a transgendered leftist activist, if that's what he is. I don't think it's fair to blame on the rhetoric of the left.
Steve, what do you make of his comments?
Well, he's blaming the media. I think that might be a little stretch. I mean, what's going on here is that people who support abortion rights are blaming that rhetoric for the shooting, but he does have a point. We don't know yet, at least from the folks in Colorado, what this man's motivation was, and so to make that conclusion, I mean, to blame it on the media's been, I think, pretty careful about, at least the mainstream media, have been careful about saying this has specifically to do with Planned Parenthood and has to do with the abortion debate. But I think what we're seeing here is we're seeing a Republican presidential candidate reacting to what Democrats are saying about what happened there, and we're dealing with we're in the midst of a presidential campaign, and if you think we're going to have a really rational discussion of the abortion issue or even the gun control issue, in the heat of a presidential campaign, that's just not going to happen right now.
Well, springboarding off of what you just said, Ben Carson, a GOP candidate, he said, perhaps both the left and the right should tone down the rhetoric a bit, but we are talking about a hot button issue. It gets a lot of people's attention. What's the likelihood that some of these candidates will, in fact, tone down the rhetoric?
I thought Carson's comments were pretty surprising, but I think it's highly unlikely that we're going to have that kind of discussion. I mean, this is not just an abortion discussion. This is also a discussion about gun control. I mean, you heard Hillary Clinton bring that up last night. This is a country that has trouble having discussions about gun control, even when the rhetoric isn't red hot during a presidential campaign or a political campaign. And so now we're considering we're 2 months away from the Iowa caucuses, you're really going to hear these candidates just sort of ramp up the rhetoric. I don't think you're going to have that rational discussion.
All right, CBS News senior political editor Steve Chaggaris, thanks a lot.
Thanks.